Up, guys? This is Big Boss Ben with the Lone Guys podcast. Coming up with another impromptu interview here. We have J Dog, Joe Campo, in the house.
What's up?
Joe, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Joe Campo, mortgage broker, enthusiastic person, just like
I can hear it in your voice right now.
yeah. Well, I mean, you brought all the energy. I just need to keep it calm, keep it chill.
Trying to balance
Late
it out.
in the day, need some dinner coming up soon. Just get that blood sugar up a little bit.
I hear you. So, Joe, I mean, you've kind of hit the year off running from a production standpoint, man. Tell me a little bit about what you have going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great start to February. Had a few contracts coming in, and the best part about that is because the work I put in October, November, December, making your phone calls, doing your drop-ins, hitting your social media platforms, and all of that's paying off like we thought, just basically based off the market trends, knowing that the interest rates will start coming down, buyers are going to start coming into the new year. That slow time that's usually slow because of the holiday season will be over and people will start entering the market. And by putting in the work up front, I'm reaping the rewards and benefits now. So
Nice, man. So, I mean, tell me a little bit about the work that you've been putting into it. Like, what are you, when you say, oh, I'm going to hit the ground running, like, what are your thoughts on what are you going to do to improve your business and yourself?
yeah, so every year I try to reflect on what I've done well and what I haven't done well. Not trying to make a New Year's resolution or anything of that, anything like that, but more of about just reflecting on myself and how can I become a better person? What can I do day to day to become better? And part of that reflection is time management and how I could really turn myself around to make my new year stronger and starting off with a bang. And basically what I realized was I was spending too much time doing things that weren't important, and it really started with the reflection of, okay, how long am I going to take with clients? How much explanation do I give them? How much education do I give them? And on top of it, what am I doing to foster the relationships of my realtors and build my realtor base and my network? And I really thought I have to do the things that feel a little bit uncomfortable, and that's what I really started to do. And to me, the uncomfortability came from posting on social media, putting myself out there on BombBomb, because most of my social media platform at the time was old colleagues on LinkedIn. I added some realtors, but really just on the Facebook side of things, Instagram, it's just family and friends, and a lot of my friends are from upstate New York. So, and I'm not licensed in New York currently. So it was really important to me to really jump into that social media side of things, because that's where we are now. Technology is king, and getting on this right here, this podcast, getting little TikToks, little videos about myself, just networking myself is important. And that's what I really did to start my success off the way it has been the start of quarter one.
Nice, Joe. So, I mean, it sounds like a lot of it was discipline.
Yeah, in a way, and it's just not as much discipline, but more about just doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. And when you're doing that and you feel that there's time, I mean, December's tough. It's a slow time of market, and the December's tough. It's a slow part of the market, and it's really just about that reflection. And just, if you don't feel like quitting your job every once in a while, you're not doing it right. Like, you have to do the tough things, the hard things. And, every successful person that I've ever read a book on or watched interviews on, they felt like they wanted to quit at one point, especially being in sales. They wanted to quit. But what they did was they continued moving forward, continuing to adapt and continuing to evolve. And that was able to put them over the top. Because if you look at the numbers in December, how many people left the market in the industry as realtors or just loan officers themselves? Guess what that means to me? There's more opportunity out there for me to be better and make more money.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it sounds like I'm talking to David Goggins right now. I
Well,
can hear it.
yeah, dude, can't hurt me. Really can't. That was actually the first book that, because that's another thing that I was trying to do. I'm trying to read more, trying to adapt and overcome different obstacles. And David Goggins' book was one of the first ones that I've read. I actually listened to it. It was a big audio book guy, and then I concentrate on my health as well, just trying to make sure to keep the stress levels down, because we're in a stressful industry. And but yeah, it can't hurt me, dude. Nothing really matters. Just keep moving forward, just keep going. So
yeah, I mean, you've definitely been putting yourself out there, and I mean, it's all been to benefit your clients.
yeah.
You know, and I mean, we have a lot of different ways we can do that, and I know you've been really big. I know you've done several today, comprehensive real estate plans.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so basically, the TCAs that I put together is just to deliver options to my clients, give them an experience that they may or may not have with other lenders, and really just showcase my talent. So I'm really good at explaining. I went to college to become a teacher, have my master's in teaching. So what I really want to do is teach clients the best route to become financial free, and also give them an opportunity to show them what they can do about creating wealth through real estate as well, and getting into different programs like DSCR programs, fix and flip options. And then on top of that, it's really important to me that the realtor side of things sees the effort that I'm putting in. So what we do with the mortgage coaches and total cost analysis is really just providing options for the client. And I put together 4 options to start based off their qualifications. I compare and contrast different programs available for them, conventional versus FHA, 2-1 buy down options, things of that nature, just to show them the actual cost behind the loan and then what goes into closing costs. Personally, when I got into this, what is a closing cost? You know, down payment compared to closing costs. What is that? And me being in the industry and understanding that the majority of the people don't have a clue because you don't get taught that in high school or college.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you today going over like what the title insurance, even. I mean, even things that aren't directly from us. I mean, I heard you explaining it all.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes some clients take a little bit more tender, loving care because they have more questions, which is fantastic. I do not mind staying up till 10 o'clock at night explaining it, because most of the time clients work 9 to 5 and they have families and other responsibilities after hours. So, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to be up with my client, talking, walking them through things, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that make my money, and I want to give them an experience because, 1, I want to get them into a home, and 2, I also want to make sure that they're taken care of down the line and get the referrals as well. So by spending that time and just really going over everything in depth with them and answering all their questions and just being patient at times, I think that is key to success as well. Just knowing when to mute your phone and take a deep breath, you know, after the 10 millionth question, because it's their first time. It could be your 100th millionth time, and it's their first time. So it's really important to be patient with your clients as well.
That's awesome, man. Especially working nights, kind of helping your clients when they need it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure you don't work weekends, right?
No, I work 24/7. I'm on call. You know, like I'm basically that heart surgeon that you call when you know that heart comes in from Seattle and it's finally in Charlotte. He's on call. You get to the hospital to deliver that transplant. That's what I'm doing here every single weekend. If you're a realtor, you need me, I'm going to drop in to your open houses, bring cookies, waters, talk with you. You know, talk with the clients that come through the door, network myself, because by networking myself, I'll be able to network your properties as well as my realtor partner. But overall, if you need me to get a pre-approval out on, you know, Saturday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, hey, I'll do it. I might have a Miller Lite in me, maybe 6, but at the end of the day, that will get out, and we'll be able to get the job done.
Nice, man. Well, awesome. I mean, what area? I know you're big in the Charlotte area. I mean, that's where you live. Like,
Yep.
So what makes that area special to you?
I mean, the thing that makes it special is that I've moved down here in 2012 at this point. Went to Winthrop University in Rock Hill. Just York County, Charlotte, and just this area in general has just grown and to become my home. I graduated high school back north, and you know, down here is just really special because it's the first time that I really felt that there's something new here. I mean, who knows what would have happened if I never moved down here. Maybe got a job in construction or something, but here I have the opportunity with all the growth that's coming around here to really cement myself in here as one of the top producers, and also just helping people that are flocking from the north or from the west coast where the high tax rates are, to help them get into a home and make it easy on them.
Right, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I know a lot of people in our industry right now with how virtual everything's gotten, you kind of lose a lot of the face-to-face touch.
Yeah.
Right. I know you even today though, you had a meeting with a realtor group, were able to kind of go through some things. I mean, how has that helped you provide a better service?
It just helps me because it gets me out there and really understands, because it's so easy to be trapped behind your computer as a loan officer or mortgage broker, you know, trying to get inside your files and really, you know, trying to get everything closed. It's so easy just be stuck in the office all day. I really personally enjoy getting out of the office, talking to new people, networking myself, networking our company and the products that we have. I like getting out there with my business partner, Mike. He's great. he allows me the chance to really improve myself by, he's a little bit older than me. He's seen more things, so he's able to coach me up on different things when I'm talking to people and really make myself better, which is great. And it really allows me the chance to just get to know the environment that realtors are facing and just seeing what they're seeing. Maybe they have different opportunities out there, and just going above and beyond to foster those relationships.
Yeah, Mike really is great. I mean, he is a little older, but you can barely see the gray.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
yeah, it's
on your gray.
Joe, I mean, so what advice would you have? I mean, you've been in this industry for a long time. I know you go back to, you worked at a lender before.
Yep.
What advice would you have for someone new that wants to get into the mortgage industry, maybe kind of sees it as an exciting opportunity? What would you tell them?
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. A mortgage is amazing. It is all the highs and lows that a job can offer you. It's the stress and non-stress of the job. It's really just the thrill and excitement of it. And it's very difficult to really put into words what being a talented loan officer, mortgage broker, or anybody in the industry is. It's one of those things where there's going to be times where you get punched in the face. There's going to be times where you get knocked down. And sometimes it feels like that's more often than not. But when you finally get that win, the energy you feel, the client being super excited to get into their first home, even if it's, a $50,000 or a $4 million home, it doesn't matter. Just that excitement overall is what really brings it up. And then on top of it too, you reap the reward of the work that you put in. There's a lot of money in it. At the end of the day, we do this for money. Jobs are about money. I'm about people, but having the money on there, it's really incredible how it could change somebody's life. But the real thing is, it's just hard work, putting yourself out there, doing the things that make you uncomfortable, learning new industry terms, just making sure that you're up to date on products, talking to your account executives if you're on the broker side, understanding how they would pitch the product, and just doing everything it takes to just, like I said millions of times already on this podcast, network yourself, because that's what it's all about. It's a relationship-based business, and that's what I really love about it, because it's transactional, but there's a lot of relationships that go
right
into it as well.
Right. I mean, and there's a ton of emotions in it. Like, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a massive investment. The number has to matter. It has to make sense. You have to be able to support it like by logical reasoning. But at the end of the day, like it's people's homes. Mm-hmm. People are moving into a home. It's where their family is going to live. It's where they're going to build their memories. There's a lot of emotions behind it, and it really makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does, and it also makes you feel bad at times too. And that's what for every new person in here, I interviewed a lot of people in my last role, and even now when we're bringing in teams, I talk about the negatives of mortgage more than I talk about the positives, because when you get the positives, they're great. But I really want to hone in on those negative aspects of becoming a loan officer and what it really takes to be successful, because you can drown in here. There's a lot of times where your head could say, I'm not good enough for this, and creating that doubt, that self-doubt of moving forward. Yes, closing in on that loan on that closing day, you are super excited, you're super happy because you finally got it done. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but having maybe the appraisal comes in light, or maybe a random rent schedule on an appraisal from the house that somebody's moving to or moving from needs to have a rent schedule because they're going to be renting it out, and that pushes out the time for when you can close, and having to deliver that harsh news not only to the realtor partner of yours but to the client itself who has their whole house packed up. And then on top of that, you have the seller that is contingent on the house being sold moving into the next one. So it's really having to deliver the bad news is something that I think it's not talked about enough in this industry, but the great outweighs the bad because there's a lot of reward that goes behind it. So
awesome. Well, Joe, I mean, man, I've really appreciated hearing what you have to say on everything.
Sure.
I mean, the floor is yours. Do you have anything else you want to talk about or add, or?
Man, not really. I think you did a great job, Ben, interviewing me.
Thank you. I don't get that enough.
Doing things outside your comfort zone, you could tell, you're stepping out. So I appreciate the hard work you put in, and yeah.
Can't hurt me, right?
Yeah, it can't hurt me.
All right, guys, that's all for today.